Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at knottylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Nikki. Bring you the latest and trending topics, and I vlog my life. I hope everyone had a beautiful, blessed day, and yeah, the vlogs are blowing up. Jada picking wanted some attention, and she got it. All right, we're going to get into the entanglement of it all. I mean, come on, guys. Are we surprised? It's been rumors for years. All right, we're going to get into her Today interview, her book, her People magazine spread, or whatever. And we also want to get into some trending topics. Okay, we got Offset speaking about Kevin Petty and his threats. We got Jason Lee trolling Cardi B on her birthday, and they're supposed to be friends. All right, we got Nene out here crying for a man. All right, y'all, it's just so much going on in Hollywood, and we're here to talk about it. Okay. But before we get into today's content, please make sure you're hitting that like button as you're loading up in the room. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We have a very good time over here talking about the trending topics. We talk about life topics. We talk about it all, right? There is no limits here at Naughty Love Movement because all opinions are welcome. All right. Make sure you're leaving comments and sharing my content on your different social media platforms because all of these things help my channel to grow. Also, donations are definitely appreciated. So please support the channel. You can support the channel via Cash App, Super Chat, Super Sticker. All those things count and they keep the wheels turning over here. Also, please make sure everyone is subscribing to my backup channel. I'm working on getting that monetized, so just in case something happens, we got a backup plan. And I'm still trying to figure out the direction I want to go with that. But please go support your girl. All right. That's enough for all my spill. All right. I'm going to go ahead and drop this intro. Let people load up in the room. I'm excited because I want to hear what you guys think about this. I'm gonna do the Jada story and then drop the link because I want y'all to chime in right away, and then we'll get into the other trending topics. See you soon. Yes. Hey, Kim Delivers. Make sure you go over to my homegirl channel and subscribe. We trying to get her monetized. And it's enough for us to go around. I'm not no hater, okay? I support different content creators and people who have different paths on YouTube. So I want to make sure I support her because she's always been very supportive of me. I support whoever support me back. Period. All right. So let's jump into it. So Jada Pinkett Smith, Lord have mercy. She sat down with Today and had an interview, and she basically confirmed what we all knew. It's been rumors about this for years. All right. She has a book coming out. She graced the cover of People magazine with a photo spread and things like that. And she got into a lot in the interview, but it has been rumors for years that Will and Jada has had an open relationship. And August Alsina kind of spilled the beans on it all, right? And confirmed it all for us. All right. Talking about he had to go ask Will for his permission and things like that. And then Jada called it an entanglement on the Red Table Talk or whatever. And so that's why when I seen this interview, I was like, why you confirming now? Why now? And it's because she needs the trend. So people will go and buy her book. All right. Because Red Table was canceled or ended or whatever. And a lot was revealed when she had that show. Like their kids are a mess. All right. And it was back in the day when Willow, she was dating a man like 10 years her senior. Okay. And that's when we learned about Will and Jada's parenting style. Like they're just weird. Okay. It's always been rumors about the Hollywood parties that they have, the little X parties, that's what we'll call it, that they be having. But I just always found Jada as weird, period. And I never felt like she was in love with Will. I felt like she was in love with Tupac. The timing of it all, right? Just when KPD got arrested and everything, we all know Jada was in love with Tupac, okay? Like Willow Smith wrote a letter to Tupac. Like that was supposed to be her father. The whole family is weird, all right? They got a lot of weird layers. Like, and it's also alleged that they're Scientologists. So, like, just being associated with that crazy religion, you gotta be crazy. But they never ever want to confirm it out loud. Okay, so she got into a lot in this interview. She got into the slap. Okay, she got into Chris Rock trying to kick it to her, the reason behind the slap and things like that. And it's just like, why now, Jada? Why now? Like, she is such a narc. She's such a narc. She's a narcissist. Do y'all see the way she talked to Will? She talked to Will like he a child. Even after the whole slap, she didn't even defend her husband, even though he was defending her. Like, it's just, for the life of me, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird. So let's get into this interview. Chill. It's exhausting. These Hollywood people. It's exhausting. Here we go. Shout out to the Shade Room for catching these clips. All right, here we go. Let me make sure y'all
many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives. Yeah. It was not a divorce on paper, but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
Fair use. Fair use. Are we surprised? I mean, are we surprised? Like, why now? 7 years y'all been apart. And they don't want a divorce because they probably don't have a prenup. And it will be messy. They'll probably be fighting over everything. The house, the assets, okay? But why now? That's what I want to hear from my naughty crow.
But in public, the couple, who married in 1997, denied the gossip about their marriage. Over the next several years, Jada and Will kept up the appearance of a committed married couple.
So why do that? Like, what was the reason?
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us
There's so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that's
how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how to
be in partnership or how to save your career. Because do y'all think Jada will be where she's at acting wise without Will? Hey, Shay B. Do y'all think she or do y'all think Will said it's cheaper to keep the bitch? Like, nah.
present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out.
During our walk in Baltimore, Jada reflected on their breakup.
why did the relationship fracture?
Oh, why it fractured? That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
You were never in love with him in the first place and your mother forced you to marry him. Maybe that's the reason.
And I think by the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying.
Yeah.
How to be in partnership. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
Jada says she considered a legal divorce, but could never go through with it.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you did break it. You did break it by stepping out on my man. You. This is crazy.
But you still live separately.
We live separately. I think we were both kind of still.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think about what she told Hoda? I think it's a crocker-ish, okay? I think it's a crock-ish. And now, as you all know, the whole Oscar moment when Will smacked Chris Rock for throwing stones at Jada, she's saying like she thought initially the slap was a skit. And I have to say, I thought that too, because it just looks so fake, and I did not want to believe that these two grown men was doing this in front of the world. Okay, y'all remember the Oscar slap? But she's saying, she also revealed, and shout out to Raps Viral. She revealed that Chris Rock asked her out one summer amid industry divorce rumors with Will Smith. He called me and basically he was like, I would love to take you out. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, aren't you and Will getting a divorce? And I was like, no, Chris, those are just rumors. He was appalled and he profusely apologized. And that was that. What do y'all think of her excuse? Do y'all buy it? Do y'all buy it? It's something real fake and phony about this chick, seriously. From her alopecia on. To say you wanted to rock a baldie. To say you want to rock a baldie. And how come Will's not there? But you could tell by the way she was talking to him. Like they did not seem in sync as a couple. And of course, Jason Lee, he had the troll. And he said, which relationship is more toxic? Blueface and his polyamorous relationship with Christian Rock and Jada and Alexis, or Will and Jada? Like, what y'all think, Naughty Crew? She for the streets. That's what I think. She for the streets. She for the streets. Y'all saw my post on Instagram. I can't play it on here because of copyright. But this is what we always known. And basically, I took it as a confirmation. I took it as a confirmation of what we all knew. It's been rumored for years they were in an open relationship. Just like it's been rumored for years that Will likes both. He played for both teams. But I just really think she needed the attention, so her book would sell. Because Jada is not really that she's not really that favorable to me. I just don't like her. She's weird to me, especially when she got her hair bow. And why confirm the separation now? Why confirm it now? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm not surprised, and people will do anything to trend nowadays. But why not come out with this when you and Will sat down on the red table talking about the entanglement? Why not say then that you're separated? It's just weird. And why not get divorced? I proposed it because I'm not staying with nobody and being unhappy. Seriously. But I just think Jada was never in love with Will like that. She loved the lifestyle. She loved the money that he brought in and things like that. She loved the credentials she got with her acting career and things like that. She just confirmed. Do y'all feel bad for Will though? Hey Kim.
Hey, Natty.
How you doing? Good evening, Queen.
I'm doing good, Nikki. Nikki, she's so fine. Nikki, she's so fine. She's so my mind on Nikki.
It's like one of my favorite Nicki songs.
I know,
Outside of Prince songs.
right? My sister, well, stop, baby. Don't bite mommy. My sister's name is Nikki. That was her favorite song, too. But yeah, man, this is a trip. Stop, baby. This is a trip. Because we all had known it before or expected it. Well, they had, talk on it. It's the work phone. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, they all had
Good.
said it before, And hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to do that.
I
Okay,
mean,
she hung up. So
okay.
anyway, yeah. So anyway, they had said it before, right? But here's the deal. I don't think that it might have been cheaper for him to keep her, but I really think that as much money as he has and as much as he loves her, I think he would have went on ahead and bit the bullet because he knew he could make more. I think she didn't leave because she didn't want to lose that lifestyle. Okay? Because see, the thing about it is that even whether okay, so your prenup, you don't have no prenup. Let's say you don't have no prenup, you get half. But that's static. You get that lump sum, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Ain't no sense for you. You got a career too. You can launch your career again. Your kids is grown. Ain't no alimony and all the rest of that stuff, right? And they said that Will was dating a famous model at one time, and they would always go out of town and they would take pictures at the same places, but she would face one way and he would take his picture facing the opposite way. So if you would put the pictures together, they would look like they were facing each other, but it was the same background. And somebody had been following, somebody had happened to follow both this model and Will, and happened to notice this similarity throughout the years. Yes.
A picture speaks 1,000 words.
Yes.
I just not. I think after I forget what they one year. I guess they hosted the Oscars one year.
I
think it was the Oscars.
I
don't think they seemed together after that for me. But I just really feel like why now?
Because she trying to sell that dang on book.
I think it's because she's going to sell that book. But do you think she'll get the courage to leave now? Like after all these years, you know what I mean? And I just really feel like she just stops at nothing to humiliate
Mm-hmm.
Will. Even when the
Uh-huh.
whole slap incident went down,
Uh-huh.
she just was not supportive of him. She was talking to him like she was chastising a kid.
She was. And he did it for her, but um but he shouldn't have been slapping that man though, because she's a biatch, if you want to ask me. so
Yes,
so
she's
hell.
weird. She's weird, Kim. She's
Mm-hmm.
weird to me. She
Mm-hmm.
has some weird habits to me.
And yeah, she went out partying and stuff like that after he had that embarrassing thing. He went over to where did he go? Over to Abu Dhabi or whatever the other place is, and sought some help and retreated over there. And she was out partying the next night.
Cause she don't care.
She didn't.
She,
Mm-hmm.
you could tell I could tell for years, like after the kids,
Uh-huh.
like they love this kind of shattered for me. Shay B
Uh-huh.
says she pathological. I think she a narcissist too.
I do too.
I think she a narcissist too. You can't make this stuff up, but yeah, she just need that book to sell. You know how like Krishan and them are doing all this posting so they could trend on baddies? That's all she doing.
Yep, that's all.
To try to drive sales. But I don't know. Do you think it will end up on a bestseller list? Because I mean, we kind of knew this.
It may, because people are nosy. But I think that, people are not gonna be driven to it because it's her. I think they're pretty over them.
I'm definitely over them, and I'm over her. I'm
Mm-hmm.
over
And
her.
a classic narcissist, Shay said. Mm-hmm.
She's definitely a classic narcissist, and their relationship has been weird for years. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna tell you, how disrespectful it is. I don't give a dang on if you with your man or you ain't, because see, to the public space, you're not with your man. Okay, I mean you're with your man in public. Now, what y'all do behind closed door, I don't know. All right, but on that red table talk, she was two things. When she embarrassed Will, it was her daughter, and her mother. Will wasn't at the table. Oh, and it was somebody else. I forgot what it was. It was another person. She was an actress too. But she was talking about how basically Will didn't make good love to her. Y'all don't remember that?
I
She sure
do.
did.
Is that with was that with Gabrielle Union? No.
No, it was a white lady. I can't remember her name.
But why would you say that out loud? Why do you keep trying to
Yes.
humiliate this
And then it
man?
was
And
another
if he
one too
makes
that
you
she talks
that, and
about how she loved Tupac. And the way she said it, you know what I mean? You could tell she loves.
it's
I mean,
kind of the way it's kind of the way Jaguar talks about her ex-lovers in front of her partners. Like
right,
they
right.
it's like they reliving the moment
Mm-hmm.
as they're speaking of it. And
Yeah.
we've never heard her speak of Will in that way.
Yeah, because she was all dreamy-eyed and everything. She was going back in time, and you could tell that she had went way back. So I was like, come back, girl, come back.
Yeah, but you know what?
Hmm.
Tupac ain't want her. He wanted Quincy Jones' daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, when Tupac passed away, he was engaged to Quincy Jones' daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was engaged to her daughter,
Mm.
to his daughter or whatever, and
Yeah. And
yeah,
that's
but
all
Tupac ain't want her.
at
He
all,
just
huh?
wanted to be friends, like, cause she was probably like the hood chick that he used to hang around with, cause they met in Maryland, in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
where she from.
Yeah.
I haven't liked Jada since A Different World.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, that's the last time I liked her. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really care for her in The Matrix at all.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see The Matrix.
Yeah,
She's
me
not the
neither.
best. Set It Off will probably be the next one that she did well.
Oh yeah, no, set it off. You right. I stand
Mm-hmm.
corrected. I stand
Mm-hmm.
corrected. But I'm not surprised at this bit of news. It's just a thirsty attempt to trend so people
Mm-hmm.
will buy her book.
For real.
And that's all it is. And I wonder if Will is going to say something in response. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder when Will is going to be tired of her shenanigans. Seriously.
Well, you know, one time they caught her and him on tape, and she was saying something about him and about them going to counsel. And he says, "Don't do that to me." He said, "I've asked you not to put me on there when you're doing your live." He said, "Don't. That's your live. You put your stuff out there. Don't do me." And she was like, "Oh, this is da. You know, oh yeah, she's horrible.
She's definitely horrible. And you know, people like her, they get their full circle moments. But also, Tommy Davis is speaking out. Remember Tommy Davis from In Living Color?
Yeah."
He spoke out about it too. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. Oops, wrong article, for capturing this. So Tommy Davidson recalls Will Smith approaching him in a trailer, trying to beat him up for kissing Jada Pinkett while filming. See, she's always been.
Will had a run in.
Yeah, wasn't you?
Yeah,
Todd, you try to put his wife in a lip lock.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't find out that for 15 years because he never told me that. See, he came into the trailer and I was sitting down, right? He's standing over me like this. And he's like, "I don't appreciate that, man. I don't appreciate that." And I'm like, "Well, what you talking about?" I always know to play it off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And I'm going, "What's going on, man? Tell me what's happening, man." And since he was standing, and I was sitting, I was a real nice fella. I mean, that's about physics, right?
Right.
So I'm like, you know, "Oh man, what's going on, man? I mean, hey man." He's like, "I don't appreciate that." You know what I'm saying? And Jada's going, Will, I'm saying, but I mean, what's happening, man? Now you tell me what's happening. You know when a dude does this.
He bite his bottom lip. He about to do something bad.
He might do. Me and Will have to do something, right? So I'm like, you know, I did the whole. You remember the snake?
Yeah.
I did the snake. Well, what? You know, and got up.
Right.
And then I was like, you know, so what are you talking about, man? And I was still in that posture.
So you didn't really know what he was actually talking about.
I didn't, but I know what he was doing.
Right.
So I was like, "Come on, man. I mean, what's up? Just tell me what's up."
Right.
Yeah. You know what's up. You know, so finally I just said, "This is a small place and people are here. We should talk about it."
Right.
Me and you outside, because it looked like you could need to get something
Over
here. Right. And then Jada was like, "Oh, no, y'all. And I was like, "What do you mean, nah, y'all? Tell him. And that was the end of that.
Right.
You do something, right?
Okay, like, so Will got a history of defending his woman. Hey, Niqua, thank you. Niqua's been a member for 4 months. Yes. So Will has a history of trying to defend Jada, but Jada don't never defend Will. Look, Shay says she is not buying her book. Kim, you buying her book?
Nope.
Me neither. I don't care.
She didn't get my money. But I want to say something. I like that Shay guy. He kind of fine to me.
Ain't cute. He a nice older gentleman.
Yeah, and he still got his muscles and everything. I put it like this: he can eat crackers in my bed, and I won't complain. Of course.
Yes. Okay. So Chris Brown is not the first one that Chris Brown actually got the smack in front of the world, but he tried Tommy Davidson. Okay, but I just really feel like Will was always more into Jada than Jada was into Will.
I believe that too.
Like I feel like their marriage was arranged for Hollywood purposes.
I don't know why she wasn't doing that.
Well,
she was just that cute little tiny thing.
Yeah. Well, you need to go get you some anger management and a divorce lawyer, honey. Okay? You couldn't pay me this much to be this miserable with a partner. Sorry. Not it.
Me neither.
I'm good off you. Okay? Oh my God, you guys. I think the number is higher, but Beyonce basically made like $100 million off her concert in 3 months.
Wow. I'm going to drop out for a minute.
I think that's okay, that's fine. I think that's awesome. She made history. I saw another article today is even higher. And she's going to make even more money off the movie, which I will be going to see the movie, guys, okay? And then we're going to come back and talk about it. So her Renaissance World Tour officially grossed $592.4 million across 56 shows, making it the highest grossing female tour in history. She is that, okay? She is that bitch. Okay? She is the queen bee. She is the queen bee. I wanted to share that with my naughty crew because I think it was awesome. And it's like, congratulations, B. You did that. You did that. Because everybody wants to see Beyonce perform. So Offset is going around doing different radio stations and podcast tours and stuff like that. I'm gathering he has some projects coming out and things like that. And he's been speaking out. So he spoke out about, because you know we all talked about Kenneth Petty and his goons putting all these threats out because they just trash or whatever. So yeah, he spoke out about the threats. So Offset speaks on Kenneth Petty's internet threats and drama. I hate when men say anything about my wife. Let's get into it. Shout out to Hollywood Online. He was at the Breakfast Club.
After Nicki Minaj's husband made those threats against you? That was another rumor.
Man, hell no.
Okay.
Folks ain't never calling me.
Okay.
I ain't got no number for you.
Because they were saying they reached out to see if you wanted the press charge.
Man, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never do no lame ass shit like that. I'd rather keep it in the street than do some shit like that. That shit a joke, grown ass man and doing shit like that. I don't even want to bring it up because I don't want people to like, but I just laugh at shit like that. I got real money. I'm handling real business. I'm on the way to the Coach Prime, man. On the jet, like.
Word.
I'm 30 years old, bro. Like, I'm grown as hell. And I'm trying to like, you know how long it took me to get away from that? Mm-hmm. Like that bullshit online. Like, so that's why anything online like that in that manner, I just blow it off because like I done been in meetings where they like, oh, you the bad guy. Like I'm the one who got out of jail. We can't do this. Like I done missed out on money for that shit. So sometimes like.
Now, did authorities contact you after Nicki Minaj?
And I'm just too old to participate in shit like that. Like,
oh, sorry.
The little DM shit you had seen was because I'm a grown man. Also, like I'm saying, and men, not even shouted, but men is like going up, like they trying to do something. Call them my wife, our bitches and shit. Like it's a respect thing, brother. At the end of the day, like don't speak on my wife, and then I'm a DM you because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a DM you to see what are you doing, like what you got going on, because it's not for the public. And then you go up with the shit. It's like goofy shit. That's why I try to stay away. I shouldn't have never even said nothing to a nigga at all, because I'm never gonna see you. We ain't gonna see each other, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You like a street punk out here in New York. So whoever the nigga was, like a street punk or something. It was like a random nigga that wasn't even in our business, not even in our world. But you threatening my wife, bro. I'm not playing those games. I hate when men say anything about my wife. Because it's like, you're a man. Let me get his phone in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think he handled it like real grown man style or whatever. And I just think Nicki Minaj and Kenny, they just wanted the attention because her Pink Friday 2 album is coming out. Remember, people will do anything for clout. But how do y'all think he handled that interview? I think he did a good job. Especially on the tail end. Like, it's Cardi's birthday. We're going to get into that because it's a whole bunch of shenanigans going on about that. And, you know, Kenneth Petty is on house arrest. So if he keep it up, you know. But he also spoke on him and Quavo's relationship now. So let's get into that next. And I see what you're saying, Shay B. If you got an article or something, I'm more than happy to go through it. Just DM me on my Instagram. So he also spoke, fair use, you guys. He also spoke on Quavo.
Yeah, with Quavo. That's my brother at the end of the day. But we good though, bro. We just with each other in Paris. We be talking because we be going through little emotions and shit, like with this shit. So I think, and it don't be for the public. That's the thing. Like when it's like this, it don't be, everything ain't for the public to be kikiing and everybody want us to be, but we still got to move in our own worlds. But it's like, it's all love. At the end of the day, we lost a brother. We can't rock out.
You know, they want to see y'all cry on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's what they want, you know?
Not gonna get it from me.
You think y'all ever make music together? Not even just as Migos, but just as Set and Quavo?
I think so. It's more about like, right now, for me, it's more about me like creating my foot in the game because this is the situation. Also business wise, like I got my own business wise too. So it's like, I'm a grown man. I got 5 kids too. So I got to make sure I'm putting that food on the table. And it was good.
What's your relationship?
Okay, so I'm happy to hear that him and Quavo are in a good place because, as you all know, at the awards right after takeoff, it was a whole big upset backstage, and Cardi was yelling at both of them like, both of y'all wrong. So I'm just happy they are in a good place and that they're gonna be collaborating on music and stuff like that. Shaby, just let me know when you send it, when you send the article, and we'll get into it. All right, so on the tail end of that, it is Cardi's birthday. So happy birthday to Cardi. Wishing you many, many more, queen. Okay. Dope. Wow, this is beautiful. Thank you so much. Archives. This is so beautiful. Thank you. To my China Barty gang. Y'all be going hard for me. So they created a short film for her just to honor her for her birthday. Happy birthday, Cardi, from the Knotty crew, okay? All right. But Jason Lee, messy behind. Chill. Had an interview with DJ Academics and it was released. And I saw that Jason Lee posted like a lot was said in this interview is guaranteed to go viral. I don't remember half of it. So I was like, why would he say that? Why would he post that? It's because he messy. Okay. It's because Jason Lee is messy. Okay. And so Academics asked about the whole Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beef, and was he at the Met Gala that night? And he said no. And so he started speaking on the situation based on what he heard. And all this is right before Cardi's birthday, okay? And him and Cardi's are supposed to be friends, by the way. Him and Cardi are supposed to be friends. And it caused a whole viral moment on the internet, on Twitter, everywhere. And so footage was leaked of Cardi speaking on the situation, and also Nicki Minaj speaking on the situation. Hold on. And it's just like, I just feel like Jason Lee is a scavenger. Like, he has no loyalty to no one. He's no one's friend. And he'll do anything for clout. Oh my God. It's just so much going on, you guys. I'm like spinning. So Cardi is speaking out. Hold on, here we go. Yes, he does too much, Shaby. He definitely does too much. Oh, this Scarlett's tribute to Cardi for her birthday. She said, "Happy birthday, Queen." So dope. And Cardi be she really tries to support the new artists. And I do love that about her spirit. Do I agree with everything Cardi does? Hell no. Hell no, I don't agree with everything Cardi does. But I mean, she's human. People make mistakes. And she's an emotional person. So Jason is so messy, you guys. It's just ridiculous. I just be having so many articles. What's that? And they still dragging Drake. It's just like, stop it. Stop it already. All right, hold on. It's in my phone. Isn't he a snake? You cannot trust him. You cannot trust Jason Lee. And Armand, go check out Armand Wiggins. He did some commentary on the show. And he said the same thing. He was like, he's just desperate to stay relevant at this point. So he'll always attach himself to Cardi B, Christian Rock. I just really want to find this for y'all because it was crazy. Shay Johnson going off, y'all. It's crazy. So as a result that interview, all these clips was leaked about Nicki Minaj, Cardi speaking on the fight, and it came out that Ra Ali like really beat down Cardi B the night of the Met Gala. That's how she ended up with a knot on her head. And it's just like, why are we still talking about this? Why are we still talking about this? Hey, Curves.
Hey, beautiful. How's it going?
Everything's going good.
Yeah,
What do you think about the
excellent.
Will and Jada debacle? Please, I want to hear your thoughts.
OMG. Okay. Listen. I'm like, look, they've been playing in our faces basically. I feel like they were playing in our faces. They wanted to remain the power couple that people saw them to be and keep the status. So they lied to everybody. Granted, it's not our entire business, but you literally faking like you're still in love all together, every red carpet, giving people relationship advice and all this stuff, and this is how we do it, and But you guys are like not even living an authentic life if the entire world is being misled by your deceitful ways. I'm not saying they owe me everything. You don't owe me nothing. I'm just a ticket purchaser, But I do also feel like if you're going to have talks and try to tell other people how to do anything in their life, you might want to start with being honest about yours. So all these red table talks, all of them since 2016, in my opinion, are now are tainted with BS because you're not even being honest about who you are and what you're doing with your life. So how are all these people supposed to come up and feel like sharing and having you pry into their life. But if anybody asks you guys, oh, me and Will are great. Me and Will are great. But you're sitting here asking other people questions and getting in their business it's a lie. I was really upset. I was like, they've been playing in my motherfucking face. Just don't like.
That's
and
it.
that makes everything that everybody was saying about the whole reason why he slapped Chris even more bizarre, because he didn't do it because they don't even like each other like that for him to get mad at anybody saying anything about her. So what was that? It's so freaking bizarre. And why tell now? Why?
I know, because I don't think I care that much now.
Right,
we
I don't care
already
that
knew
much.
it. It's just
I just don't play in my face. I just don't. I just can't. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of people, but I do appreciate the people that appear to be putting their work and time into what we call a marriage and the institution of marriage, like Karen Huger. It's an institution, darling. And, when people come through playing with the institution, like, look, in my institution, struggling hard every day, doing what I have to do in order to be with this person I decided to be with. Not saying it like it's horrible or anything, but marriage is hard work. When it gets hard, that's when it's time to put in the work, And so the idea that even in Hollywood, some couple made it so long was kind of like fortifying in a way to the idea of the institution. But if you just faking it and living totally separate lives, that means I'm going to have to entertain the Wilhelmina rumors even more now. The first thing I did was check, when did Tisha and Dwayne finalize their divorce? Was it so they could finally be together? I don't know. Because Lisa Ray back in the day said that about Dwayne. Remember? Do you know? Should I text you the articles? Yeah. So she had said some stuff about Dwayne and Will. And then even Tisha, at one point she covered for him, but after the divorce, she said a couple of things that led me to believe that the rumors might have been a little true. And it's just like, live your authentic life. Don't lie to the masses.
I think it's a testament of the smoke and mirrors in Hollywood. It's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
They lie all the time. They always they arrange these marriages so the couples can get clout off of each other. And the fact is, Jada didn't want to leave because she didn't want to leave the lifestyle and the clout that Will came with. Period.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I didn't need to know this, Jada. We don't care. We been knew y'all was a mess when y'all let Willow date a grown man.
Well, yep. Let Willow date a grown man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're just weird.
They let Willow date a grown man. They're definitely weird. So did y'all hear that DJ Envy addressed the allegations about the whole scamming situation?
Did he?
Yeah, he's all entangled in this housing scam or something like that, and people are saying they lost tons of money. Let's hear what this asshole has to say. Oh, I'm sorry. Shout out to the jazz.
I don't like DJ Envy.
Hi, Kurt.
Hi, beautiful Kim. How's it going?
I'm finding you, babe.
Awesome.
Oh my God, no.
I'm being serious. So let me explain some things. I'm not, my attorneys don't want me to speak, but I think there's things that I need to clear up a little bit.
I think you should listen to your attorneys. Why don't light-skinned people like to listen? Like, if your attorney told you don't say nothing, why are you talking?
Listen, so Caesar and myself did seminars. Now, the reason I did these seminars is because I wanted to uplift my community. I wanted to teach my community about real estate, things that I didn't know when I was first buying my first home. I wanted to teach our community about investing in generational wealth. So I did these seminars and brought industry professionals to all these seminars, whether it was real estate agents from different markets, contractors, conventional lenders, hard money lenders. I even brought auction.com to actually show people how to purchase houses online. That's what I wanted to do for my people. Now, Caesar, if he took money, I wasn't privy to it, nor did I even know. But I do understand how people feel if they did give him money, because I gave him a lot of money.
Jesus.
That I didn't see a dollar of return. But for anybody to say I was involved, that's totally not true. I would never. I've been on this radio I've been on radio close to 30 years, and never in my 30 years time did I do nothing but try to uplift people and show people a different way through the business mind. And I would never take a dollar from somebody.
I could be wrong, but I didn't see nobody accusing you of taking money. I just saw them say that they met Caesar because they heard you talking about it.
Shut up, Charlamagne. Why don't you address your lawsuit? Okay.
Hello.
Do you believe him?
I don't. And then, because that's part of the thing, like, why wouldn't he vet somebody he was going to introduce people to? And if he wasn't getting a return on his money, why would he continue to suggest that person to other people that might not be able to afford to lose that nickel and dime?
DJ Envy, you should have followed your lawyer's advice and shut up. Okay? What you think about this, Kim? Is she there? She might have walked away.
Oh. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah, I just think that a lot of times that, I have a problem with, it seems like a lot of these people now who have the spotlight is always trying, since they have celebrity, they're always doing something to get the public, everybody. No matter if you got the public side, you doing something else, you got another little side hustle because you know that you got these fans and these followers. And I think that people should really be cognizant of how they deal with people when it comes down to these money ventures and stuff like that. I really do, because people trust them. Because, and even though they shouldn't, because, just because these people on TV and all of that don't make them no guru or nothing like that. But people, let me just say it like this. I understand now, while looking at society, how Jim Jones got all the people to drink that stuff. Okay? Because people are easily led. You know what I mean? And people know it. And so these celebrities, they utilize that and they sell all their stuff. Whether, everybody always got a little gimmick that they always selling. So, I think I think it's unfortunate they take advantage of people like that. Now, whether or not he said he was just doing seminars or whatever he's doing, that those people trusted you and they felt like you were a certain pillar in the community and they were going to follow what you said,
Mm-hmm. And then plus that fire guy. What about that the fire festival thing? Didn't Ja got in trouble for just helping that guy promote it. Yeah. And that guy was the one who didn't follow through with anything, and Ja got in trouble. So I'm thinking that DJ might be in a little trouble over this because you did that. All I can say is, look, I'm in financial services. Everything I suggest or talk to you about, I'm licensed for in whatever state I'm talking to you about it. Okay. I also have E&O insurance. That's called errors and omissions insurance, you guys, because it's required as a licensed individual for me to be able to cover if I accidentally make an error or happen to accidentally omit something. That's the kind of people you need to deal with. Just because DJ is on Charlamagne the God, the Seat Sniffer show does not make him a licensed professional. You know what I'm saying? And just because he got with somebody who has billions of dollars in real estate, allegedly, to help show people something, but do you have a license, sir? Is there a state board I can go to get you in trouble? Or is my only recourse an attempt at a class action suit because I didn't vet you properly, or do my personal responsibility of due diligence?
Yeah, well, I agree with that. I'm a licensed, I'm not in finances, but I'm a licensed, but just because you a licensed, I don't mean you're not crooked. I understand what you're saying, but these people have to, you got to be careful. So for the people out there, they have to, just like you said, look to see if the person is licensed. But, you got to kind of make sure that you know who you're dealing with too. You know what I mean? Like you said, that guy got some money. You know what I mean? DJ Envy got some money. It's easy for him to acquire real estate. But to the average Joe, You don't know what they may be pulling out their 401k, all the rest of that stuff, and then that stuff doesn't pan out. Then where are they? Poor things. You know what I mean? But they shouldn't allow themselves
And
to
if
be
you wasn't
led
getting,
blindly.
I'm sorry, if I'm not getting a return, I'm not going to continue to do business with that person. It just doesn't make sense to me.
That's true.
Right.
So now, and to me, I feel like now you're trying to garner sympathy with saying that comment and saying, oh, I didn't get anything back. I invested a lot of money. Shut up, Envy. That's all I'm going to say. Shut up. You just sound more dumb.
Right. And like he said, if the Lord told him not to say that, he should have kept his mouth shut. And that I'm going to say, okay? He should have just shut up.
Seriously.
He's a little full of himself, though.
What'd you say, Curse?
He definitely, it's grown.
I think that to me, DJ Envy is full of himself, the way that Charlemagne the God is full of himself.
They both are.
Yeah.
Yes. They way too cocky for me. I don't even like listening to them on the radio. Like, I didn't like their antics, how they used to gang up on Angela Yee.
Yeah, I haven't liked it since Angela Yee left. I didn't like it since she left. And I didn't like how they did her either, you know? But that's how men do a lot of women in the workplace.
My main point of talking about this story is when your lawyer tells you to do something, follow the lawyer's instructions. That's what you're paying him for. Period. I just felt like he put his foot in his mouth. The next story I want to get into, NeNe Leakes. Okay, shout out to the Shade Room. She is begging for a man, I think.
Emergency contact, or who is it that I will want somebody to call in case something happens? And in any other case, I would have to reach out to my husband, and so I had to start thinking about like who my emergency contact would be. And my emergency contact, I put my son down as my emergency contact. In the past, I listed my husband as my emergency contact. So whether I'm 100% happy with the person or not, maybe I should marry just so that I have a partner, a partner for life, right? And
where the tears?
I see a whole bunch of acting going on.
I was thinking about having a partner for life. Even though I know the person isn't right for me, I'm just thinking having a partner for life, at least there's someone, maybe we would have an agreement that this person would be there for me and I would be there for them.
Sounds desperate.
During hard times or medical times or something like that. And so she and I was throwing this conversation back and forth. Whether I'm 100%, oh my God. So we were throwing this conversation back and forth. And I feel like the reason why I want to talk about it, because I feel like there's many women who would feel like, I know this guy is not the right guy, but maybe we are cool enough or friendly enough, or we like each other enough where maybe we should get married and we're just partners for life. But being partners,
you know what, NeNe? I can't with this no more, y'all. NeNe, close your legs to married men. Okay, period. Period. Like, I can't. Not one tear came out of her eyes. Okay, and I just.
That was nothing more than a lot of histrionics. Now, did you see the video before this one?
No.
Okay. So the reason why she was talking about that and how her girlfriend and them, because it was like being single and dating at 50, right? So her girlfriend said, I saw that show you did. And so then this is how that conversation came on, okay? So did anybody ever want to know why she broke up with that guy, whatever his name is, the African guy? Well, she showed it
Yoni,
on there.
because he's a narcissist.
Yes, girl. And she showed a clip of how he did her. Oh my
Yeah.
God, she was in the car, they were riding in the car, and she was on her Instagram or whatever, and she was talking to somebody about something, and he just blasted. He said, "Oh, be quiet. You always on that phone talking to that screen and all the rest of that. You don't know what you're talking about," or something like that. I'm just paraphrasing, okay? So I'm just paraphrasing, and because I don't really remember, but he was like nasty acting and this jabbing at her, picking at her, and she was like, "See, this is why." She said, "See, this is what a narcissist is," or whatever. She started going on him. They started going, jabbing each other back and forth. And then she said, later she came back after she showed that clip of them in the car. She said, I think I was vulnerable. I dated him 1 month after my husband died. She said, and that wasn't what I should have done. Okay.
Right.
I mean, this part, but Kim, the part that he was married, that wasn't enough for you not to date him?
Thank you. Thank you. You're right.
And so if he gonna
put
do
it in
his
perspective for me, Knotty.
if he gonna do his wife like that, how you think he gonna do you in relation?
Because he was nasty acting to her. Okay.
She's desperate. Nene is so used to being basically taken care of by men. She don't know no other existence.
Well, that's what she said too. She said, but she did say that. She said that she has never been a girlfriend, really, only a wife. She's had relationships.
Right. Long-term relationships.
And it's so sad, but like
you ladies. Look, I just said all that shit I said about Will and Jada, and I love the institution. This isn't so much what I think about her for sleeping with Yoni. This is more what she's saying in this thing. So my mom and dad are divorced. My mom is in Mama Curves is, you guys seen her on Instagram sometimes. She's gorgeous. Anyway, so she's 74. And sometimes she wants to go to a movie. Sometimes she wants to go to a dinner. Sometimes she just wants to hang out. I'm 2 hours away, So I have had conversations with her and her friends about how they actually have had the same conversation about, wouldn't it be nice to have a companion? Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody to spend your time with that was, there for you? Like, nobody wants to be alone in a world of 1 billion people. Like, why should anybody have to be alone? What's so wrong with a person recognizing that they're the type of person that doesn't want to just wake up dead by themselves? Like, what's so wrong with wanting to plan and have someone who's agreed to be that person for you? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I feel like it's actually healthy to look at it from the way of, well, maybe it doesn't have to be romantic. Maybe it can just be an arrangement. As a matter of fact, Barbara Streisand had a movie that it was like an arrangement with some guy. He was very handsome. They would meet at the breakfast table every morning and they would just read their paper. They were just companions. But they were companions for life, I feel like it's okay. I don't care that she didn't cry. Hey, seeing Nene cry to me is a little strange. Like, that's a new Nene. To have her emote in this type of way is very vulnerable. I'm here for it. It's feeling like a continuation of the growth that Nene's done to me in my eyes. I don't really have a problem for it. As far as these tears, like, I can't see if she really had a glisten on her face or not. However, I will say that I'm a little biased when it comes to Black women tears. I feel they should get the same. Oh my God, what's going on? Can I get you a tissue? What's happened? Where's the bad man? That white lady tears get, instead of, where are the tears? She sounds like she's acting. Like, there's just so much pour on to when Black women are emoting. To me, That's more of my issue than her seeing her tears or not. Like, I just needed to be balanced in the world that we live in, that if you see a white lady crying because she called the police on you for nothing and everybody still is passing her tissues and asking you to calm down, then we need to have the same kind of, oh my God, how can we help when a Black woman starts crying, whether there are tears or not? Because we're actually used to not seeing tears from the other ones too sometimes. I said it.
Okay, well, I just
it.
want to interject. I don't think that everything, I mean, to each their own opinion, but I don't like to break everything down to a black and white, okay? Let me just go talk about Nene, okay? Nene did not have to, I seen it on the TV, and I was looking, there wasn't no glisten in her eyes. Nene is doing a new YouTube show because she ain't got no money, okay? She don't got, look at that little bed and everything compared to a penthouse and everything else she is. I don't know what's going on with Nene, but she's not in the same place. Nene has been a nasty, nasty acting person, and that is on TV for a reality show and outside of it. Now, I'm not saying that she cannot change. By all means, she can change. I believe the only constant in life besides God is change. Okay?
Right.
However, she's not going to sit up here and feed me all this hyperbole, and I'm just going to believe it. It's not all about anybody that cries will get attention from me. Okay, so it's not just about that, about her being a Black woman or being a white woman. And I'm pro Black anyway because I love my people. So that's not even it with me. When I'm saying this, because she didn't have no tears, Nene is full of it. Okay, because she's like Nani said when she reminded me, she put in perspective. What about having a married man? Okay, so yes, she want a husband, but not somebody else's. Okay. Not somebody else's. And the thing about it is that, to me, I think this is a plea to let people know, too, that I'm single and I'm out here. Because on the other one, when she said she was dating, she said she wants a man, but she wants a younger man. And she said, I want you to know that anybody that comes to me and steps to me after watching this video, she said, you got to have some money, though. Okay? And she said that in this one prior. So all I'm just saying is that I think that this is more of a ploy, and all this histrionics that she had, she was emoting, but that was fake. All right. And I think Stevie Wonder could see that. And that's all I'm trying to say. So I get what you're saying, Curve, but maybe Curve's in a different perspective or with a different individual, but I just find it hard to do that. And the other thing too is I have a problem with being able to extend certain empathies to Nene, is because she's one of them people. She got one rule for her and another one for everybody else. She's never kind to anybody else who's downtrodden, falling, coming on hard times, and all the rest of that. Look, they made a meme out of her. Close your legs to marry me, and how she ran Kim Zolciak down. And what did she do? What she turn around and do? Open her legs to one, and then got at least Big Papa's woman didn't sue Kim. Okay, that lady was getting ready to sue Nene. All right. So that's not just what you're doing. But yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that everything boils down to race all the time.
No, and
for me, you listen. Didn't say it boiled down to race. I was using that as a mere example of what I noticed as an immediate response to a Black woman crying versus a white woman crying. I get to say that as my opinion, and if I feel like reducing it to color every day, I will. And you're totally right on your POV. I appreciate it. I love it. There's enough room on right for everybody. If that's how you feel about Nene, that's great. To me, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like she's been any worse. When you say she's done terrible things to people, I'm going to need them to be named without bringing up her answering a question about who's good for a show and then her saying that Cynthia can go. So that's different than her just starting a conversation out of the side of her neck about a person's value to a show. I would need to know what the terrible things are that she's done that are worse than Ken, that are worse than Candy going behind everybody's back and going to management without them when they all had an agreement to step to them together as a united front. I mean, I would need a list. I need a real list. And
well, I'm not going to enumerate everything, but to me, it's fair exchange ain't no robbery. It's basically what I should say. Okay. So when I say the terrible things, she said that these people have done terrible things to her and how they wanted to put her out and how they've said things. It's the same thing. So the terrible things she said about people that she said people have said about her, they both have been. As far as she was concerned, she acted like what anybody ever said to her was egregious. Okay, so I feel it's the same way as it relates to her. Okay, because she'll run everybody down, but when it comes down to her, she wants all of this empathy and sympathy and compassion for her. Okay, but when she was on top, she didn't have that for nobody else. So that's all I'm saying. So, and I'm not going to enumerate them per se.
Yeah,
And
but Toya makes a good point. She sued her boss and expected them to hire her back. That's what we're talking about.
yes, that's what I'm just saying.
Yeah, she talks out both sides of her neck.
That's all I'm trying to
A
say.
lot of the time.
Look, I've been off Master's Plantation just long enough to know that you can sue your boss and expect your job back. I don't know. I'm not sure why the people that are still playing with plantation games don't realize you can sue your boss right now today. If you have a legitimate cause, you can sue your boss and expect not to be retaliated against in the United States. You should expect that. But if you don't not expect it, then that's why we get what we get. Like, I've sued a boss. I still had a job. You never sued a boss for discrimination and still had a job?
No, I never had one.
Oh, I had a journal that I kept for 5 years about all the times they said that's your president, or about when the guy brought the gun to the office, or about when they would say the blacks or ask for IDs from just the blacks or whatever. I had all my little notes. And I smiled in their face the way that they smiled in my face every day. And then I politely went and got me a lawyer and retained
You're
their
supposed to
services.
keep books, and that does help, but it
You
doesn't
know what I'm
always.
saying?
Yeah, but it doesn't always work like that. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but in her particular situation, she didn't have a regular job like you had a regular job. They have that locked down, and they wasn't gonna let that girl back in there, no matter what. Okay, and especially when she talked about him being racist, even though he is. Okay, because I believe that he is. But they weren't going to give her that access back to Bravo. And everybody knows that now. And she even said that on her show matter of fact, Bethany said that on her show. Bethany said, when she was talking about her and Nene, she said, now, Nene, I don't know. I don't think you'll ever get back. Now, they may call me back, she said, because I never did talk about anybody.
Yeah, she sure did.
She sure did.
She
She
sure
did.
did.
They may call me back. Because, see, I never did talk about anybody. So then, because Nene was trying to make it seem like it was a black and white thing, she said, no, I don't think so. You talked about people specifically. You talked about Andy. I am talking about everybody in the reality show field. That's all I said. She said, so I did it. She said, I did macro, you did micro.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate both your ladies' perspective on it. And look,
I know, I love it, right?
Yeah, but some people are Nene supporters all the way, and some people, I'm just saying, Curves, like through the years, she's done a lot of things to turn me off. You know what I mean? And I think she thought she was going to be bigger than what she was when she did finally leave the show, and it was an epic fail for her. You know,
she's rich, itch.
What are you doing?
She got Donald Trump money. See where he is.
But if this goes, it's a life lesson. Be careful of the bridges you burn. Okay,
right?
Because you just never know. So I found this article with the Jasmine brand, you guys, talking about Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Oh my gosh, what now?
I wanted to get your perspective. So Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenny Petticoat, have previous grape case evidence used against him in current lawsuit, according to the journalist Megan Conniff. Now, Megan Conniff, AT2 has interviewed her. She was at reporting on a Tory Lanez trial live, watching and things like that. So she has moved on to these guys. But so she tweeted, a woman suing Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, for SA can't amend her lawsuit to add an attempted grape claim, but she can amend it to include evidence she got from the 1994 criminal case in which which she was a victim of. And this is per the judge's recommendation. I think they want his behind. They tired of their antics. And you know, Nicki Minaj, she has all this energy for Cardi B, and she does all of this to trend so her Pink Friday 2 album could sell or whatever. But she still.
Did you hear it?
No, I'm not spending no money with her. Because you want to know why? Because she is doing all this as a distraction from the fact that you chose to marry this man.
Right.
Knowing he was convicted, and did time. And you're still, you thought your celebrity was so big that you were going to bully Jennifer Huff into changing her story. And you thought you were going to change the public's perspective on how they view the type of man that you decided to have relation with. And to me, she ruined her career for me by getting with this guy. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So what do you guys think about evidence being brought from the other previous cases?
Isn't that usually what can happen in a case? Like, if you have anything for previous charges or cases, then it can be entered into evidence. Cough, cough, Bill Cosby. So, I mean, they used all the stuff from his previous cases to stack against his new cases, and it's doable. Hey, precedents happen. That evidence is already entered. If anything similar happened in the new woman's case that regards that evidence she's entering, then it establishes a clear pattern and history for that person of behavior. So I say go for it.
I think him publicly threatening Offset, that proved Jennifer's case about the bullying and things like that. His girlfriend that he was with, her name is Red something. Before Nicki Minaj came along, they brutally battered that girl, and she couldn't prove it.
Really?
Yeah. Nicki Minaj sent the goons on her because she revealed that Kenny and her was still communicating. But honey, he's only using you.
Yes.
It's disgusting the way I just don't like her behavior. I don't. And at the level she is, and you want to be crowned the queen of hip hop, and you doing this hood gutter snipe stuff. She lost all favor. I don't care how good she raps. She's disgusting.
She's what? Knotty. She's disgusting.
She's disgusting. She was disgusting when she paid for her brother's legal defense and he was convicted as a pedo. And I think she's used to protecting criminals from the way she grew up. Yeah,
for sure.
I just think that it's disgusting, and I wish she would go away.
For sure, but that's a classic case is when the chickens come home to roost. Okay.
That's it. Toya, I heard about this, and it was a fake story. Trust me, if Puffy get brought in by the authorities, the world would know.
We're gonna know, yeah.
That was a fake story. It will be trending everywhere.
Do you think that people who tolerate abusers were abused?
Yep. I think she
I do too. Whether it's physical or sexual, I kind of feel that you tolerate what you've tolerated to a degree. You know what I mean? So perhaps some of Nikki's allegiance. I mean, there is the thing with her brother. There is the thing allegedly with her father. There is those two things. I mean, that's like literally at her house. So do we need to be praying for her healing? That, she would tolerate this and defend it so wholeheartedly. Like, it's almost like you're doing a little too much. Is what you got Stockholm? Like, what's going on? Like, why are you defending this so much with the men in your life?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It gives me like forever trauma. Seriously.
Right. It's giving me a little survivor, maybe. She might, I don't know. Allegedly, maybe she could be a survivor, that she decided that this is just something that maybe happens to people and they need to get over it the way she got over it and just bail people out and marry them instead. And then there'll be good people on the earth instead of what happened to her. I don't know. I don't know,
I
but
don't
I
even know
can't
if she has
see.
that kind of reasoning because she's so mean and she can be so vile. This is how she goes after people. You know what I mean? I've seen her how
Mhm.
she's gone after people. You're talking about Kenneth is a bully. She's a bully.
Oh,
She
see?
is.
She is a bully, and then
She is.
and then she
And
uses
she's,
them
I'll
barbs
tell
and
you one
Yeah.
thing
everything
too.
as a weapon.
That's what I'm saying, Latoya. It must have been a norm in her household, but is that also, did it happen to her?
Exactly.
It
I
could
think it
have.
did.
Me too.
I think it did.
You may have a
Because
point there,
why would
Curve.
you justify this behavior? And then you turn around and reproduce with this guy. Like,
Right. Like there's not a
Right.
problem here, nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah, you got a point that occurs. Basically, she normalized it.
Yeah.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think she was so desperate for a man and having children. And that's why she was really nasty with Cardi, because Cardi got everything when she came in, you know? She ended up getting married. She had a baby. Like all that took place for Cardi, like all in
And
1 year.
once, yeah, like within 5 years, she got her new teeth, her hit song, her husband, and her kids.
Mm-hmm. But Cardi is relatable.
She
I
is,
think she
isn't
is.
she?
She is. I'm
Love
never gonna
Cardi
forget
B.
when she first got famous, and this is before she even got her teeth fixed. Okay, she was in a hotel, and she said, "Y'all, I can't believe what my fame has got me and everything. I'm going out of town and going to all these places, but I'm gonna tell y'all something." She said, I went to room service and the cereal for a little bit of thing was $6. I had my people go down to the store and get me a box of cereal for $6. I ain't spending that kind of money. I mean, those things.
Right?
It was funny. She was still naive and wasn't used to anything at that time. But I'm just saying, just to hear her say that when she went up on Tommy Lauren, okay, because they wanted to act like she wasn't smart. Cardi's also smart. When she went
She's
off on
very
Tommy,
smart.
very smart, and she's got a political head on her shoulder too.
Yes.
She
She
does.
should run. If her and Kanye ran,
Mhm.
they could be president.
Okay, they could be Biden and Kamala.
Yeah. Yeah. But
But
it
no,
would be
she is smart.
Cardi and Kanye. Kanye would have to be the vice president. I think Cardi might be a little sharper than Kanye.
Yeah. Because he's kind of a loose cannon. But yeah, she went
Yeah.
off on Tommy Lauren, and Tommy had given her some kind of pushback. And that's when Cardi came back on, told her that she would dog walk her. I holler. And Tommy Lauren was like, I don't know what dog walking is. What does she mean by that? But the girl's smart. So,
Exactly. But the other thing is, like, because why are we still talking about the Met Gala fight? Why at the VMAs? Like, you have not moved on, Nikki. Why do you have your goons on the red carpet basically stalking Cardi? But she's trying
Did
to
she tweet
portray
about
to the
it or
world.
something? Did she tweet about it or something?
No, so what Nikki does is have other people do her dirty work.
the
You know,
barbs and
kind of
stuff.
how Diddy does.
Yeah.
And so she had, while she's on the red carpet interviewing, Kenny and his goon, they're taking pictures and atting Cardi. That's why Offset ended up DMing them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you talking about my wife? Why are you atting my wife? So, and to me, that was fueled by Nikki. I can hear them getting ready. Yeah, we gonna get that bitch, watch, and it's anything, this and that, whatever. And you see pictures of Cardi surrounded by her security.
Mm-hmm.
Try it if you want to. Your criminals will go to jail. Okay. Thank you, Shay B, for this story. Shay B just dropped some news. Tasha K just dropped some wine, you guys, on Twitter. Just in on my desk. Real Housewives of Potomac, hashtag Candace Dillard's husband, hashtag Chris Bassett, alleged mistress of 6 months, just sent me nude photos of what happened to be Candace Dillard's husband in abortion paper. Huh?
Oh my God, is that real?
A paperwork for the mistress, you know, deleting the child in your belly. According to the mistress, the A word was had weeks ago. We are rolling out the record, or excuse me, we are rolling out the recording with me, the mistress, tonight at 7:30 p.m. on TashaKLive.com. The alleged mistress is heartbroken and was under the influence when we spoke for hours today via FaceTime and Instagram. Boom. Shots fired. What do y'all think about this?
Oh God. And you know what they said? Oh, he was looking at, he got a Roman eye. And she was like, my husband wouldn't look at you. Or he did, evidently he got a Roman something. They gonna roast Ken. Too bad this came after filming.
What's gonna happen? Because remember, Giselle made them accusations.
Yeah,
Look,
but you know, this came after filming though. So you think that they might, because you know, sometimes what they do is they'll go back, you know, and piece, get a little bit of this information and piece it on to the other shows, the end of the shows at the end.
I feel bad for her if that is the case, because that's humiliating. That's humiliating. What's done in the dark always come to light. And this is my thing. If you
Oh, I just wanted to say this. You know her mama ain't never liked him. This give her all the ammunition her mama need now. All the ammunition.
You want to hear it? You want to hear it?
What?
Go ahead.
DMs and stuff. And like I said, all this is alleged. I do know that they're allegedly having, you know, trying to have a baby through IVF and stuff, but apparently he allegedly just had one and told the girl that she had to have an abortion, and she's been crying. She's been crying, and it's been hard. She got on live today with her house dress on and her bonnet and talked to me, and she was under the influence heavy. I thought she was going to unalive herself, but I made sure she was good, and she said, you know what, run it. And then when I spoke with her, before the show started, she had done sobered up, so she was good to go. And she said, you know what, run it. You put my picture out and everything. I said, okay. So we're going to put it all out on TashaKLive.com right after this show, okay? So if you want to see that show on Real Housewives of Potomac's, Candace and Chris's sister wife, it's not official yet. Please feel free to subscribe, okay? TashaKLive.com. All right, we'll see you after the show.
You guys.
I love you, Tasha, but hold on 1 second. I love you, Tasha K, but I ain't paying your bill for Cardi. Sorry.
Right. Look, she wants $12 a month or $144 a year. I'll wait for somebody else to screen grab it. I'll wait till then, Tasha. No. Okay. Well, all the institutions are under attack. Okay.
They are.
Okay.
I feel bad for Candace because, you know,
Me too.
on the show, they've been trying to come for her marriage for so long, for a while now. And I did notice that Candace had dropped some weight. She wasn't as full. Like, she's always been a petite girl, but I just noticed last season she was particularly thin. Same thing with Eva Marcel, right?
Oh yeah.
And both of these, I think, and I mean, marriage is stressful, you guys. And when you stressed out in your marriage, I know when I didn't want to eat nothing or whatever. So I really like it. I'm so sad because her music career is really starting to elevate, and for this to happen,
you know, he went live.
I feel like Chris and Candace fight a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the beginning when she was getting into it with all the girls and stuff like that, and she wouldn't listen to him or whatever. I
He's
remember they
actually
had a
very
fight on the
sensible. He's very
I think
sensible.
so. But
Well, except
do
for
you
having
think it's
affairs.
a situation where he doesn't feel heard in his marriage as the man of the marriage? Like, do you think her and her mom kind of take over things?
Totally.
Curves. I already know what you're doing, Curves.
Yeah. Totally, he does. Totally, he does because when he started going Instagram live drinking again. He does that a lot. I love catching those. I have one 40 minutes. I had to stop. I just stopped at 40 minutes. He still talked for like another hour. He like just goes live, has drinks, talks about everything. He did not give off the vibe that he was needing to be hiding anything because any lady could have came in that chat and been like, you just made me da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, um, I don't know. And I really do like, they're my fave couple over there. I told you that's why I started my YouTube channel is because that Candace fight.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. So, because I was on Candace's side, I was like, nobody else sees it.
Yeah.
Let me just go talk amongst myself.
Yeah. I like them as a couple, and I hope they get the healing they need. I hope they fight for their marriage because I mean, their marriage is still fresh and young, and I think I would be here for them working through things. But
Yeah, I want her to have his baby because she can afford it with or without him. She won't be in a lurch, if he does happen to not work out all the way. And she'll have a mini me. She deserves a little mini me. Yeah. But also,
exactly, and she's probably
if he doesn't deserve it though, he already got kids with somebody else. And if he is doing this is allegedly. I pray it's not true. And I'm kind of who said that up there? Yeah, Latoya said, at this point, I don't believe anything Tasha says because she needs a check by any means necessary, Yeah. So I hope it's not true, but I also didn't think that Raquel was smashing Tom. I'm really off these days, you guys.
let
Like
me
my
tell you
radar.
something. I seen how much Raquel got paid. She a high price prostitute. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. She
How
sold her
much?
soul.
You mean the
She
300,000?
got a lot. Let me see. Yeah, like
You know what? That totally pissed me off. You know who told how much she got paid? You know how, like, as an employee, if you talk about how much you get paid, the employer's always like, well, you really shouldn't do that. They get all upset, especially when you start noticing that it's different or whatever, right? That's the real reason they don't want you talking about it. So, Lisa Vanderpump herself is the one who blew up Raquel's spot, you guys.
she did.
It's just like whatever. You can go online. Don't believe what they said. They said that somebody on that show is worth $4 million. And I'm like, where? Where? They can say anything online. It's the bathroom wall of the universe, you guys. They can say everybody's a billionaire on there, But Lisa Vanderpump was getting talked to by the paparazzis on her way into the thing. And yeah, the paparazzis. And they were like, yeah, Raquel said she deserves to make some money too. Now, granted, everybody's on that show gets paid. Everybody on that show already gets paid, right? She's been on the show for 5 years. And Lisa Vanderpump is all, yeah, well, I don't know why she would say that she needs money because she's already gotten, what, $322,614.86. It was like so exact. She was crazy with it, you guys. Like just trying to blow up her spot and make her a liar. That's called I was at work. That's crazy, Lisa. I was at work. How are you, as my boss, like saying that as something to say I shouldn't get paid? That's not cool.
Exactly. It's not. It's not. Hey, Toya girl.
Hey y'all. Hey Kurt
Hi,
girl.
Victoria. I love your picture.
Thank you, boo boo. Look, y'all, let me tell you, my
Mm-hmm.
third eye went up when Tasha said that she called her and she was drunk out of her mind and saying all this stuff. Like my third eye went up because she was drunk. Like, who said she was telling the truth? She could have just been on the alcohol binge and just talking out the side of her neck. So it's
Right.
like, come on now. Like I at this point, I don't believe nothing Tasha say because it has been shown, the court has proven that she is a liar.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
she like Nadi we just talked about yesterday. Girl, your judgment in bankruptcy court did not go through, which Ray Charles could have seen that. Like, come on. You tried it though. I gotta give you an A
Exactly.
for effort. You tried to get it dismissed, so she knew it wasn't gonna get dismissed. So she know at this point she got to pay Cardi. So she's gonna put out anything she could possibly put out to try to gain views and earn a check. That's why she put it on her Tasha K live, because if she had to put it on YouTube, girl, ain't nobody gonna look at that mess.
Oh my God. I mean, she'll do anything to bring attention to her website, and I get it. She gotta pay her bills or whatever. But I think this is a good alibi for Chris, because he could be like, well, Tasha K is a liar, babe.
Right. And anybody can, anybody can make falsified documents. Like, I don't see him knowing how, what Ashley's Michael Darby, how his business got put out, how Juan's business got put out, by their wives being on the show. Like, if you do anything out there in the dark, these women ain't like the old school women. They gonna run their mouth. So I just don't see him doing something like that, knowing that it could come back on him. Like, I honestly believe, like I put in the chat, I think it's a plot that Giselle set up, like she tried to set up with Monique and Chris with their bullcrap.
I totally feel you now. Giselle is and remains the culprit for it.
Giselle will make up any type of lie,
Oh my gosh.
to secure her spot on the show, because what else does she got to talk about? This man that she supposedly got, of course we know he's a renter man. Come on, any man that she brings on the show are not legit, but her baby
No.
dad. See how she
Right.
lied on him, and he ain't go for that. He ain't coming back. So it's like she has to create distractions to keep people off of what she has going on and questioning what she has going on and questioning the legitimacy of what she has going on. She has to
Right.
create these distractions. So it's like now, what I'm saying, they say she's gonna be coming for her ace boon coon, Robin, because she gotta create a distraction. She gotta make it about somebody else so nobody's focused on her.
That's exactly the freaking what is it? But that's exactly the reason why all of our shows are getting tainted. Because there's somebody in every cast now that's a Giselle.
Yeah.
Like Tamra, the bone carrier, the one that's
Dr.
just there to stir the pot. I mean, because remember when it first started, they were fun. They were having fun. They were having drinks. They were going shopping. They were doing this. Their family would be over. You know what I mean? And then it kind of like shifted. And I was trying to think, I was like, what happened? But you just hit the nail on the head. There's that one person that doesn't really fit. They don't really fit.
Right.
And their only purpose is to cause.
Right, as Carlos says, the force multiplier. So Giselle is the force multiplier on Potomac. Heavenly is the force multiplier on Married to Medicine. Sheree used to be the force multiplier, but she don't hold no weight no more. So it's like it's one in every show that the producers give the heads up about everything and go ahead and probably have their little secret meetings about, look, this is what we need you to do. This is what we need you to do. And then she already, from past experiences, know, hey, to keep people out my business, to keep Karen and Ashley and Candace from questioning what I got going on in my relationships and if my man is real, then I got to create fake stories to have the attention on them so nobody cares about this fake falsified life that I have going on.
Yeah.
And it's usually the one that does not have a storyline. I'm not saying it's all the time, but it's usually one. Like Giselle doesn't really have a storyline outside of her kids.
Or it's usually the one who don't want to talk about what
They're personal.
is really going on in their real life. Like Dr. Heavenly, you always talking about you and Dad's relationship is perfect. Girl, bye. Like, even though Mariah said what she said and she said she technically didn't have receipts, I still believe what she said.
Hey, anything's possible. Like Shay B said, that's how I feel. Anything is possible. I don't put anything past anyone, but I do believe, and as much as I love Dr. Heavily, I do believe Daddy be getting sick of that mouth sometimes.
Yeah, look how Daddy was at the strip club. Like, baby, if them camera was on, he would have got a little bit looser than what he was. But he knew the camera was on. He knew Heavenly was gonna see it, so he tried to play it safe. But I honestly believe, even though Mariah technically didn't have receipts like she said she did, I believe what she said.
I don't, because there would be receipts, because everybody would love to prove Dr. Heavenly wrong. So there would
Not
definitely be
because
a receipt.
Cause remember what the rumor was about Quad and the contractor? That rumor was true. Nobody had like real receipts, but the rumor was true. So I believe that the rumor is true, even though nobody had receipts. You know, they have their own community where they have their own gossip and they talk about stuff and they find out stuff. And even though it may not be real receipts, like proof, I believe a lot of that stuff be true. And I believe Daddy done tiptoed out. That's why she said, even if I did find out that my man had cheated, I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And he know that.
Yeah.
He know that.
You're right. She does say that. She does say that. I just don't see him like, screwing in the back of the strip club. That does not, he doesn't strike me as that kind of guy, but you're
Right, not in
saying
the
that
back of the club, but he's probably a little bit smarter about the way he doing things. But even though you may think only people that can really cheat and get away with it is women anyway. Men can't do it. Like, they just too crazy. But anywho, like, even though he's a little bit more smarter and swifter with how he moves,
you still think,
because it be them quiet ones.
Perhaps. Well, you wouldn't know, but that force multiplier stuff is real. That they have one on each cast that is just there to kind of just like start stuff and stir the pot,
Right.
And doesn't
I got a question for y'all. This is off topic and off of the show that we're talking about. But did y'all hear that Ashley Brittany quit Love and Marriage DC?
I don't watch.
Yeah, Quicksilver's wife. They said, they said she said she quit, and that's part of the reason why it's taking so long for the show to air. She made a post on Instagram the other day, and she was like, "I wish y'all would quit asking me about when Love and Marriage DC is coming back on because I don't care. I'm done with that show."
No way. She was being very. So what people say they saw in Nene, I was seeing in Ashley, and it was like the first or second season, right? It's like right, and she was already like, oh my gosh, tussling with the ladies and the "Do you know who I am?" chick of the group.
She was coming at Winter, and now her and Winter are like real cool, like they out together all the time. So she said that they were trying to make her the villain, and I guess she got trying to make her the villain and trying to make other people's angels, because I don't think her and what's the to Tyler. I can't think of her first name. They said her and her aren't cool anymore.
Irena?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
watch the show. I'm just over loving Marriage Huntsville. I just don't like the original, so I don't watch it.
Oh,
But
really?
I'm not
Right.
surprised. I'm not surprised. No, because I just don't like the chauvinist attitude that's promoted on Huntsville. I
Mm-hmm.
can't stand Martell. I wish he'll get off the
Oh my
show.
gosh. Right?
But you
It's not
know
like
who is worse? Like I never thought anybody could be worse than Martell, but like this season, Marceau is the queen. BITCH.
And doesn't mind if you call him that, and neither does his wife.
Right.
Nope.
He said, not only am I a bitch, I'm a big bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
I
you are. But all
I
them hips and breast assists that you got, yeah, bro, you are.
to
Well,
me
see,
they're fighting desperately to change their image. Like he doesn't cheat on her on a regular basis, and he gaslights her on a regular basis on that show, and it's disgusting to watch at this point.
right?
She
Like
knows
she's
that what he's out there doing, and it was told. I always say the Black Belt Herald. The Black Belt Herald had said that I don't know if he made the comment or he said it to somebody else, and then it was repeated that Tisha knew that he cheated before they came on the show, and he made sure that it was put in their contract that it would not be exposed on the show.
gaslighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So it's just obvious. But I'm gonna go ahead and close the show, ladies. Latoya, do you have any final thoughts about like Will Smith and Jada Smith, Pinkett being separate? Was that
Um,
yeah?
like we already knew this already. Like they told us they were living in separate houses. They were on the same. I don't know why I want to say plantation. It ain't the plantation. They were on the same. What you call
Compound?
it? Yes, but they were living in separate houses. Like that's already been spoken of. It, when they went from being there married with their life partners. Like, come on, like it didn't take.
Are y'all noticing this trend and this recycle information that we already knew through the
Because
years?
her book, she's trying to sell her book.
Yeah, I still don't want to read it.
Well, and
The
on
only,
a bigger
only way I
scale,
will read it if I can get it on one of my little free Audible little things. That's the only way I read it. But I'm not gonna go ahead and spend my money to read her book for what? Like, girl, everything that you telling in the book, we already know. Like, you've been in love with a ghost this whole entire time. Will
Tupac,
has been living
rest
in
in
the
peace.
yes, he's been living in the shadow of this ghost for 30 years. And he got to a point 7 years ago that he was over trying to make you happy because he know that it was a losing battle. So y'all decided to part ways. And you've been doing your thing and he been doing his thing. The difference between him and her is that he doesn't embarrass her and humiliate her on a public platform. But what I don't like about Will is that you allowed her to emasculate you and embarrass you on a public platform. Like I've looked at interviews with him on other like talk shows and stuff, and person eyes tells it all. And even though he would smile and laugh, his eyes always spoke that he was unhappy. So maybe now with her finally revealing to the public what we already knew, then that shackle will be off of him and he don't have to fake the funk no more. And he can like really live in his truth and be happy because he'll never be completely happy with her.
I wish they both would put us out of our misery and get a divorce.
Oh, they not gonna get a divorce now. That's gonna mess up their money. Like if they were gonna get a divorce, they would have got it 7 years ago. Like it's clearly that they stayed married for financial reasons, which is okay. Like if you like it, we love it. But don't parade out here like y'all still together and y'all life partners and act like y'all still a couple when you're not. Like if y'all want to be married and separated and do y'all thing, that's y'all business. Like y'all basically
Yeah.
been doing it anyway.
They could have kept this. Jada could have kept this to herself.
She could have kept it to herself. Like, you saw what I put in the chat. I'm so tired of Mrs. Clean. Like, girl, I'm
Mrs.
sick of
Is
her.
what's the is there a doctor in the house? What's the medical term for oversharing?
Being too much, being extra.
I'm tired of everybody oversharing, to be quite honest. But then what would we have to talk about?
Right, but you know one thing that I appreciate and I respect about Gammy made it clear every chance she got that she did not agree with what they had going on, and she did not agree on how they were choosing to raise them kids.
Yeah, they messed them kids up.
Wow.
Real bad. The only one that seemed like they on the same platform is the oldest one, and that's because his mama is a same person. But you know what would be crazy is if after all of this, him and Sheree get not Sheree, him and Cherie get back together, because he's always said that Cherie was his one true love.
But he let. Do you think Hollywood forced Jada and him to get together?
No, she really didn't want to marry him. She said that. She's always said that from day one. She never wanted to be married. She only got married because he wanted to, because she was pregnant. Like, he's always been the marrying type, and he regretted messing up the marriage with Cherie. And if that could have been rectified, Jada would not even be a topic of conversation right now. And the fact that him and her still remain close friends and she still goes on vacations with them, like, come on. I don't care how cool we are. I'm not going on vacation with my husband, ex-wife.
I'm not either. I'm not either. Swift Beats and Alicia Keys tried that
I got
too.
that hit
Like,
last night.
especially when it's some overlapsation with our relationship, I'm definitely not chilling with y'all.
Right. I don't see how Mionda is even cool with Alicia Keys. Like,
I think all of these ladies are closeted lesbians. So, Curse, what's your final thoughts?
Well, everything that Latoya just said for Will, say it for Jada, for me. That's what I'm going to say. But I'm not going to take that much time to say it. But just as far as like, now she can hopefully go be happy, because she's on that talk show one time. Remember that time? She was like, if things don't work out with Will, I'm going to the other side, or something like that, she said. Remember that? So they both have a truth that they could both go be living. And hopefully, you know, hey, I hear also sometimes, okay, I swear I did hear this, that alopecia is nerves too. So perhaps now that she's finally telling us the truth, maybe her alopecia can clear up also. It's true. I know people with alopecia whose hair grew back.
She brought that on herself, because she brought that on herself. Like, she stressed her own self out for no reason, because then we didn't ask for the lie.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, let her go. Yeah, exactly. We didn't ask for either of it. But maybe now that she released herself from it, she'll be able to do that healing.
She's a narc. She's a narc. Do you think it's healthy to for people with alopecia to bleach their hair platinum blonde? I'm just saying. I really seriously want to know the answer to that.
I would have to Google that.
I wouldn't think so. That's just like if you go and get your hair colored and then turn around and get it permed and your hair fall out, and then you turn around and get color again. Like, that's just dumb.
I mean, I just don't think that would be healthy for your hair follicles, because people with alopecia, their hair follicles, they kind of say they're lazy. You know what I mean? I would think a process like that would kind of stress it a little more, but you know, that's just my opinion or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and
I don't
close
know
this.
how I went there, you guys. I'm so sorry. Great, by
It's
the
all
way.
good. They're all closeted lesbians. They just need to come out the closet already. All right, wait.
About her and her husband, or just well, he can't be a lesbian, but you know what they said about him and Dwayne Martin.
He could very well be
Yes.
bisexual. Okay.
Yeah, he can finally say it.
I
And you
just
know
think
they said
everybody should
he
walk
was
away.
one. You know he had to go see Quincy Jones before he can get that show, and you already know what they say about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did y'all see? Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
forgot to share with y'all. 50 Cent is still trolling Diddy, and I've been on the floor all.
Oh my
Girl,
gosh, what happened?
I love 50 Cent. I love him.
He said, "I'm gonna troll you forever for asking me to go shopping."
But he has always stressed about he will never go to a puppy party, like ever.
I love 50. Okay, he was at
That's
one of his.
hilarious.
He was at one of his shows. Let me see if I can find a clip for you real quick. Here we go. He was at one of his shows, and he said, "I'm gonna let y'all hear it because 50 is my favorite troll." I swear. Shout out
That's
to
hilarious.
the talks.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I was like, last time they left me, I said something about cover. You saw that? Yeah. I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the shit I've been saying. I said crazy shit.
Oh.
Oh wait, maybe I said that shit about brother because he got Tupac killed. That was for real reason. We understood that. Oh, 50 Cent got shit online, right?
50, you are my favorite troll. Everybody share.
No.
But
Everybody share.
Naughty, did you hear that? Because a lot of people were saying that, you know, why did it take so long for LAPD to arrest him, this, that, and the third? But I saw a news article today on YouTube, and it was with a legal journalist. I guess she's been covering the Tupac case since the beginning. And she said that LAPD has always wanted to prosecute, but they couldn't because the murder happened in Nevada. And Nevada never wanted to prosecute it because at that time they were trying to make it like a family tourist attraction. So that would be a negative image to have a big profile, you know, murder case with a big time rapper. So that's why they swept it up under the rug for so long.
And the police are involved.
And now that tourism is down in Nevada because of the demic, they decided to use this black man's death to get
Right,
tourism now from the Gore tour.
right.
This is terrible because this information has been out here for years. And my basis consensus, LAPD police officers were involved. Compton PD, they were involved in the cover up of all of this. And I just really think like there was a hit put on Pac, right? The money wasn't exchanged properly in the proper way. And Biggie was retaliation for Pac. I mean, look who's involved behind the scenes, Crips and Bloods. That's what they do.
Right. And then Keefy D is talking because he was like, you know, Puffy, you know, he you know, giving this person this and giving this person that. And I'm looking like, what about me? Like, you know, there's ways around everything. Like you can look out for me. So I feel like he didn't pay him what he said he was gonna pay him. So that's when he started
Well, we all
talking.
know Puffy do not like paying nobody.
Right. But he thought, Keefy D thought that his whatever he signed would prevent him from getting prosecuted. And it was like, no, like it prevented you from being prosecuted from anything that was said in that interrogation room. But once you start doing other interviews and you wrote the book confessing, that wiped that out.
Exactly. And also, Keefy D did say in one of his interviews that because Vlad asked him, aren't you afraid of going, getting charged or whatever? And Keefy D said, like, If I go down, I'm gonna take a whole lot of motherfuckers with me.
And that's why brother love,
is
love
that
where
to
he gotta
say?
go where Russell at.
So we'll wait. So they could have arrested him earlier if Nevada would have not wanted to interfere in their tourism, is what
Correct.
is the theory.
Right.
However, now that it's happened, damn, I
Now
just
that
had a
it's
whole big point.
now that it's happened, he knows that he's probably gonna spend the rest of his life in jail. So his mind frame
But
is
is that
okay.
because of
I'm
the
going
book he
down.
wrote? So he wrote a book and confessed further in a book.
Yep.
Yes, and then
Also,
he went
since the
on to
time they
do
could have arrested him.
yes, and he has went on to do other interviews admitting to the crime. So him doing other, if he had just said what he said in the interrogation room and shut his mouth, he would have been okay. But the fact that you wrote the book confessing and you've done multiple interviews reiterating the confession, then that quote unquote plausible, whatever he signed in the interrogation room is now null and void because you've spoken about it outside of this room.
Exactly. And also, you got the police involved. The fact that the Compton police were a part of the blood game, they were like active blood members.
Right.
You have that aspect too. So I feel like this is only the beginning with Keefy D. I feel like there's gonna be other people prosecuted, not just Diddy. Now with Diddy, that whole situation, they're gonna have to prove that he hired them. You're gonna have to trace the money trail. And I think the problem there is a lot of the key players are dead.
Right. And banks way back then weren't as automated as now.
Right. But all the key players are dead except for the main key player that you finalize a transaction with, which is Keefy D. And then Keefy D also said was like he didn't, he was like he the one that brought up he'll pay me pay us $1 million. He was like back then we would have did it for 15,000. Like we would have did it for 1,500. He the one that offered $1 million, and I think he didn't pay him all what he said he was going to pay him, and that's when he started running his mouth.
Yep, he didn't pay him off. It could be an attempt to extort him too. I mean, Keefy D is a criminal, period. Like he probably was running low on money and probably tried to threaten Puffy, like, boom, I'm gonna say this and that about you if you don't run me this money. Puffy with his ego was like, I'm paying you nothing. So he started doing a running his mouth tour.
Look, I'm horrible. I'm horrible because
Keefy D could very well be lying.
But every time he's told the story, he hadn't changed. The story has stayed the same. But what I found weird was that Keefy D said it was 3 people in the car, but Suge Knight said it was only 2.
Yeah. And guess what? Suge know who did it.
Yeah, he said it wasn't Orlando.
Yeah, he know who did it, but Suge, he lived by the street code. He was like, I will never testify, and he never going to say nothing about it.
Well, I'm still feeling like it's terrible that I'm like, it feels like the cops really didn't do their job initially. And this could have been solved for so many people's, could have had closure sooner. And how dare they allow a state to let tourism overrule justice at their whim, and now to release it, it just feels so orchestrated and what is it? What's it called? A diversion. Like this is like some type of diversion for a specific culture. You know what I mean? Like so why the distraction when this could have all been solved so long ago? Yes, I get he did a book, he did these interviews, And in that respect, for them to be able to use those things and say, now we have you because you wrote it and you said it.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but you knew it also way back then, but you let this state not allow you to do your job. So what does it matter what he wrote? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's like they could have did their job already.
Right, but I think they also have a new DA too, and that's another reason why it's being prosecuted now. And then what I also found was weird is that when the police went and arrested KPD, he asked them why y'all didn't bring the media, and the cop was like, "Why would we bring the media?"
See,
Caden, the officer, he's passed now. He originally was questioning KPD in regards to Biggie Small.
Yeah.
And and KPD revealed like, oh no, we ain't do that one. We did the other one.
Right, but that officer, that detective Caden, he saw both of the murders years ago. But he said the LAPD was so crooked that it wasn't going to get anywhere. And then he also had to watch his back with his own brothers in blue because he was uncovering and finding out way too much.
Right.
So yeah. So I think you have the aspects of the cops and then Keefy D going on a tour because he needed money. And I think he was trying to like bait Puffy to pay him.
Mm-hmm. And then he telling him no, he's not gonna pay him, but he's out here spending all this money and doing all this other stuff for these other people, and that pissed him off.
So this goes real deep, ladies. I appreciate both of y'all thoughts, but I'm just sitting back and waiting to see what develops out of this. You know, he's been arraigned and everything, so we're gonna see what happens. He got to face trial.
Do you think this is going to be the final downfall of Sean, Cuffy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, Combs?
I think he'll find a way to wiggle his way out of this one too, just like he's done everything else.
You don't think the powers that be are tired of him and are going to release that protection a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, come on, just like the club shooting back in the day, like, and Sean took the fall for that. Like, I think he's taking care of a lot of people. One theory I think is possible. They could be trying to use Keefy D to hem Puffy up so that they could charge him with Kim Porter.
Right, because if they link him to that, then that'll open up a whole nother can of worms. And it's been rumored that there's been other people that have been unalived at the orders or hands of him that we just don't know about.
Exactly. But the thing is, you got to have the proof in the court of law. You got to prove it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But they could also use his lyrics because he have a song where he used the lyrics like, I put $1 million hit on it, or on something. He made reference to a hit.
Ooh, so now they could RICO him the way they do these other rapper dudes, use their lyrics against him later.
So I think Keefy D is a small fish in the pond, and it's going to be a segue to get the bigger, the shark. You know what I'm saying? So I think the rabbit hole goes very deep. And I think Kim Porter family want justice.
Right, and I don't think they gonna let up because even though Jag is a little cuckoo, what she broke down about that, I 100% believe.
That's the only
the first time I heard it, I believed it too when she said it.
That's the only believable thing that has come out her mouth. Period. Everything's all lies.
Right.
So yeah, ladies, we going. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna keep my eye. I love Tough TV News because he's been getting it. He be getting emails and stuff like that or whatever. But Kim Porter family, they want justice. And
Right.
he's just doing too much, if you ask me. He's doing way too much to try to put a positive spin on his image instead of just sitting back and being quiet. To me, he is trying to really make it seem like he is happy and unbothered, putting out albums. Now you putting out this documentary for Kim Porter or whatever it is, an album for Kim Porter and stuff like that. Just notice how he trying to put all this positive spin out there in the media.
And when it's
Yeah.
big neck with her face on it, like it's giving your guilty conscience, and you thinking this is going to right your wrongs. No, they probably hunting the hell out of his ass, and they need to.
And that's why he was depressed for a year. Remember, Fabulous and Mary said they got Puffy to come outside. But at the end of the day, the reality is Puffy treated Kim Porter like crap. He was abusive.
Yes.
He cheated on her regularly. He was tired of her stuff. When she was pregnant with the twins, he got Cassie.
And then remember when he was pregnant with the twins, he got the other girl pregnant, the Chance because they're the same age. But my thing is, did you think about if your kids ever find out about this?
He don't care.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care. He don't care. I got this tarot reader that I listen to. She be on point about the Puffy readings.
She on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Who is the girl?
She be killing it. And I'll be like, oh, you on point, queen. You on point. Hold on, library. This is her.
I'm like, why they putting all that effort into and the Robert, honey, they should have been putting all this effort into him. They need to do a surviving Puffy.
All right. Her name is, where is it?
50 Cent never misses an opportunity.
She said 50 Cent never misses the opportunity. I'm trying to share the link for y'all. So it's Celestial.
Better run while she can.
It's Celestial Tarot Readings.
I'm gonna go look her up right now.
I love her. She got a whole bunch of readings on that.
With a C or with an S?
With a C. Here we go. Let me see if you can see it. My light might be too bright.
I found her.
Yeah, check her out. All right, ladies, I appreciate y'all joining me on the panel tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and close out.
Yeah, this was fun. Thanks for having me.
It was. Thanks for having me.
Curse, it was good chatting with you, girl.
You too, Latoya. This was awesome, Knotty. You guys.
Yes.
Right on. I love your POVs.
Make sure
Okay.
you smash her. Yes. Make sure you smash Curve's buttons. Go over to her channel and subscribe. Curve, feel free to leave the link if you like. Make sure y'all subscribe to Kim Delivers. She's getting her page up and running. So we want to support our sister.
Right on.
All right,
Thank
ladies.
you.
I'm going to go ahead and drop you ladies down and end the show. I appreciate you all.
Thank you. Peace.
Thanks. Oh, that was a great show. I appreciate every last one of y'all joining me. Please remember to hit that like button, share my content on your different social media platforms. Shout out to everybody who joined. If I didn't have a chance to shout you out. Hi, Erin. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you joining me. But yeah, like there's a lot going on in Hollywood. Okay. There's a lot going on. And there's a lot of stories developing. And I will try to keep my ear to the social media street so I can bring you all the tea. And to all my haters.
And I want to say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I thank y'all too. So I appreciate you all joining me. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. 1.